choking myself out. Hello and welcome to Silver Soul Tarot. I may have to move that. Let's start today's reading. We're going to jump straight in. Today we are going to do a dream ritual reading. So what have you been dreaming about? This is the dream ritual oracle card deck. And we're just going to maybe take a Moonology manifestation card just to see what have we been thinking about over the winter. It seems to be a theme that I've been seeing online. It's certainly one that's been coming through my readings. The last few days have been like coming out of this winter, coming out of this hibernation, you know, waking up with the planet, you know, waking up with, as we're here in a northern hemisphere. I understand the southern hemisphere are going into their, you know, quiet mode and their death part of their cycle, but we're waking up into the rebirth. Okay, so patience, let's put that there, and patience. What have we got to have some patience about? Maybe it's the waking up process, because you know it really is a slow, you know, eye rub. Compassion, so have some patience, have some compassion. This could be not only with yourself but with, you know, those around you, people, you know, people wake up in, and this can be spiritually, you know, as in, you know, having that wake up call, having that spiritual awakening. You know, we all awaken in our own time. Some people are going to be further along their journey than others. Okay, so have some patience, not only with yourself but with others around you. Now let's go for some tarot. Felt the call to come to the original tarot, but I do have another deck if we require some clarity. Ooh, I'll tell you what, I'm going to take those two that flipped over, but then I have also got to sort that deck out. Okay, so the first two cards out are the High Priestess and the Nine of Pentacles. Okay, so the High Priestess, she is the spirituality card. She is the priestess. She's who you go to for your spiritual awakening and your ascension symptoms and yada 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 yada. So it could be signs, symptoms, you know, maybe you're getting a lot of synchronicities. There could be something being hidden from you, but she's very intuitive. You know, I think you would know if that message sticks with you. You definitely know you might be dealing with a little bit of a liar energy. But then you got the Nine of Pentacles, and she's the pre-Empress energy. She's all about being comfortable in herself, projecting out to the world exactly what she wants people to see. She's perfectly fine on her own. She doesn't need that extra pentacle. Don't get me wrong, it'd be lovely in everybody's case, but she doesn't need anything. She's perfectly fine on her own. She's got her own habits, her own hobbies. She's got all this abundance that she can just reach around and grab whenever she wants. So she very much embodies the Venus energy of this abundance and beauty and charisma, and she's fine. She don't need no one. We've got the King of Pentacles. Okay, so he's now, this is just he and she's are just energy, so please only take what resonates. It's not about gender. But he's made it to the end. He's this safe, secure, grounded energy. Okay. You know, he's very much embodies the I made it in life kind of energy there. So you got the Two of Wands. That is what I call the now what card. Okay, so you've decided you're going to go a certain way. But now what? You know, how do you plan? It's the planning card. You've got the world is literally your oyster. You can, you know, you've got the globe in your hand and you can go wherever you want, do whatever you want, however you want. Especially if you've got sort of a nice financial backing. So, not backing, well, you're backed financially, but of your own doing. You know, if you're quite happy and safe and secure in your finances, it's kind of like, well, what do you want to do? Where do you want to go? The Knight of Cups, okay. So the Knight of Cups, Knights are about energy coming in and how fast it's on the move. A lot of people say, and I will say it as well, it could be an offer coming in. So maybe an offer to go travelling for somebody. Definitely a message out there. If you can't afford it, maybe somebody comes in and goes, well, as long as you just come with me and you just, you know, I'll pay for the hotel and flights. You just have, you know, do your spending money. it could be somebody older than you, your parent, or uncle, or cousin, or someone who maybe is just a little bit older than you, a little bit more, or just a little bit more financially stable. Could be travel for someone. Message out there. The Queen of Cups. So she's all about her, her heart. She leads with her heart. She follows with her heart as well. She'll give you everything you could imagine, but she can overgive, which is kind of one of her downsides. But it could just be a very emotional card, okay? Because you've got the Knight of Cups and the Queen of Cups. So there could be an emotional offer coming in, to travel with someone. The Five of Pentacles came out, and the Star card. Okay, so there's some healing going on here from being sort of left out in the cold, from being kind of maybe forgotten, or you felt like you were being ignored, or maybe you just sort of thought you'd been forgotten. Is that the right word? I don't think that is even a word. I think I just made a word up. But there's some healing going on here, okay? You've got the Star card just shining brightly at you. She's pouring this energy, this water onto the land to nourish it. You are the star. You could be getting some guidance from up high. Oh, I took 2 cards. And the Three of Wands there. So the Three of Wands, especially with it coming out under the Two of Wands, I'm going to go ahead and be like, you've been putting those energies out there. You've been wanting something, you've been planning for it, and now you're kind of like, yes, this is the next step I'm going to take. And the Tower. The Tower in this deck, in this spread, sorry, I should say, is, I'm going to go ahead and say this is just transformative. I don't think it's necessarily anything that's going to really shake you up, because I think you've been in this healing mode and looking after yourself, and it's time to take that energy to transform it. You've probably been through the Tower moment, but it maybe just wasn't as shocking as most people would expect it to be. It was just a little bit more like a realisation. Do you know what I mean? Like, finally, I just figured out that that's not good for me. So I do hope that as you were healing over the winter, because that is definitely the energy I'm picking up on today, that you were really, you were compassionate, and you had patience with yourself. You realised who the fuck you were, and you've dealt with that. You kind of stepped up into that energy, and you've been planning this new adventure. What have you been planning? That'd be a very interesting comment section if people commented. But there's definitely this new energy coming in with the Knight of Cups and the Tower. It's something that's for you. It's something you've probably been working on it, but I just don't think it's been worked on. I don't think it's going to be exactly what you're expecting. It's going to be better, if that makes sense. Like what you've been hoping and wishing and praying for and working on, it's actually going to be better than you could ever imagine. Okay, so this is the Moonology manifestation. Lighten up, okay, yeah, lighten up. Have some compassion with yourself. Have some patience with yourself. Get out in the sun and enjoy the new weather that's coming. Go out and have some fun with friends. Like I said at the beginning, if you've been like, oh, when the weather improves, I want to meet up with someone and go and have a coffee with them. Well, look out the window, because today's a beautiful day. Obviously, I don't know where you are in the country, but if it's a nice day and you've got a couple of hours spare, turn the television off, put your phone down and go out and do whatever it was that you wanted to do. Whatever it was you've been planning on doing. The little things, get the energy moving. Obviously, if you've been planning on doing something massive like changing job, that's not going to happen overnight. But you can certainly get the energy moving, get it unstuck, and get yourself out in the sunshine. And focus on positivity. Exactly. Yeah, go out, have some fun, meet up with friends, meet up with family. Do something good, something for your soul, something for your heart, something that's going to put a smile on your face. And maybe go out and buy that new pair of boots that you were thinking about, or go and get your nails done. Whatever it is, get out, go do something, spark this energy, get out of this sleeping mode. The sun and the planet are waking up in the northern hemisphere anyway. So yeah, let's get going. Good luck. Thank you for watching. Please like, comment and subscribe. You know the drill. And I'll catch you on the next one. Bye.